Hello and welcome to our second ever Astro Dog Night Sky Guide video. For those of you who viewed our Night Sky Guide for January, we really hope you enjoyed our very first video and we are super happy to be bringing you a second edition. Going forward, we hope that you find these monthly video guides useful, and we hope that the information in these videos helps you learn more about and helps you witness some of the amazing sights that can be seen in the night sky. In the second edition of our Night Sky Guide, we will be going over what to look out for during the month of February 2025. While our nights are getting shorter, the fairly long nights of February offer some excellent opportunities to do a bit of stargazing, and although there's not quite as much to talk about compared to January, there's still lots of exciting night sky sights to look out for, including the pinnacle of the much talked about Planetary Parade, which involves a chance to spot all 7 of our neighbouring planets. Throughout February and into March, there will also be another very special astronomical festivity taking place. Starting from the 14th of February, UK's largest yearly celebration of dark skies will be taking place, the annual North York Moors National Park Dark Skies Festival. This year marks the 10th anniversary of the festival, and it's set to be the most exciting yet. Taking place between the 14th of February and the 1st of March, the festival is an amazing celebration of the beautifully dark skies of the North York Moors, and also serves to highlight the importance of preserving our naturally dark skies. Throughout the festival, there will be a wide array of astronomical activities to enjoy across the moors, including starlit nature walks and stargazing experiences, just to mention a few. Astro Dog will also be supporting the festival and hosting many public stargazing experiences throughout February, and we would love to see you at one of our public stargazing experiences under the beautifully dark skies of the North York Moors. If you want to check out all the exciting activities that will be taking place throughout the festival, please head to the North York Moors National Park website for the full list of the activities. You can find a link below in the description. As well as February hosting the UK's largest Dark Skies Festival, the first week of the month from the 1st to the 9th will also be National Astronomy Week, so there's plenty of reasons to get outside and do a bit of stargazing throughout February. Just before we begin our Night Sky Guide for February, we would like to say that the following information for the most part is intended for the average stargazer or landscape astrophotographer that lives in the UK and doesn't own a large telescope. If we do cover anything that requires a telescope to observe, this will be mentioned along with the event/subject in question. The following information given also assumes your viewing location is in the centre of the UK at a latitude of around 50 degrees north. This means that details and times given may vary slightly for you depending on your location, but are otherwise a good general guide. All the times given are Universal Time, also known as Greenwich Mean Time, and one last thing to note is that the depictions and descriptions of the general monthly night sky views are given for times when the sky is at its darkest, with a specific time stated in text along with the graphical depictions. Okay, so without further ado, let's dive in. Sunrise and sunset times throughout February will be as follows. On the 1st, the sunrise will be at 7:49 am, sunset will be at 4:42 pm. On the 11th, sunrise will be 7:30 am and sunset will be 5:02 pm. On the 21st, sunrise will be 7:09 am and sunset will be 5:23 pm. And on the 28th, sunrise will be 6:52 am and sunset will be 5:37 pm. Moon phases now. The moon reached its new phase on the 29th of January, so we'll start the month as a waxing crescent. First quarter will occur on the 5th, full moon will be on the 12th, last quarter will be on the 20th, and new moon will be on the 28th. As usual, the moon will be paying some very close visits to the planets this month that will be discussed in more detail in our highlights section. For all the aurora enthusiasts, we are still within the aurora season, and when the skies are clear, the long dark nights of February provide the perfect conditions to view the northern lights when they venture south to grace our skies. We are still in the middle of a period of time in the sun's 11-year cycle where the sun is more likely to show increased magnetic activity, called solar maximum. Because of this, there is the possibility that throughout 2025 we may be treated to more great auroral displays. Let's all keep our fingers crossed, and if you would like to be kept in the loop with regular updates and alerts for possible aurora displays, please head over to our Facebook page. For fans of the Milky Way, although the central bright core of the Milky Way is still not quite visible during the month of February, the fainter winter Milky Way can still be seen arching across dark skies, and the fairly bright Cygnus region of the Milky Way is still visible in the early evening towards the northwest. For those accomplished nighttime photographers, there is still the opportunity to capture a west-facing Milky Way arch in the middle of the night, and in the early morning there is also the possibility to capture all of the Cygnus region low on the horizon towards the northeast. General nighttime sights now. Looking towards the north throughout February, you will be able to spot all the familiar circumpolar constellations, with the inconspicuous constellation Lynx visible straight above at the zenith in the middle of the night. The bright star Deneb, the tail of Cygnus the Swan, can be seen just above the horizon. The constellations of Bootes and Virgo can be seen rising in the east, and the constellations of Andromeda and Aries can be seen sinking low in the west. February is another great time to try and trace the fate stars of the constellations Lynx and Camelopardalis while they are high in the sky. Looking south, the constellation of Gemini is high in the sky at the meridian in the middle of the night, and the distinctive constellation of Orion the Hunter is still standing prominently towards the southwest. Throughout February, all of the glorious winter constellations, including Orion together with Auriga, Taurus, Canis Major, Canis Minor, and Gemini, plus the asterism known as the Winter Circle, can still be seen clearly. In last month's Night Sky Guide, we talked a little bit about some of our favourite things about this asterism, so if you want to know a little bit more about the Winter Circle, please check out our Night Sky Guide for January. Okay, on to planets. Now, some of you may have heard about an event that is being called the Planetary Parade or Planetary Alignment. These informal expressions refer to the chance of seeing multiple planets at the same time. Throughout most of February, it will be possible to view 6 of the 7 planets in our solar system, and for a short while towards the end of the month, it will be possible to view all 7 planets in the same evening. However, please note that in order to observe Uranus and Neptune, you will require a good pair of binoculars or a telescope. We created a post about the Planetary Parade on our Facebook page and website not too long ago, so if you haven't already, please head over to our Facebook page or website for more detailed information on this special event. You can find links for our post on the Planetary Parade in the description below. General bright planet viewing now. The start of February is still a great time for observing the big 4 bright planets Venus, Saturn, Jupiter and Mars. If you wish to observe Saturn, the best time to do so will be in the early evening at the start of the month, when it can be seen fairly close by to the super bright planet Venus. Mercury will join the Planetary Parade later in the month and will be observable by the cautious binocular user very low on the western horizon just after sunset from around the 20th of February. Jupiter and Mars will remain very easy to spot towards the south throughout the month, but will gradually move further west, setting in the early morning at the end of the month. Even though some of the bright planets will travel a fair amount across the sky, all throughout the month of February, the 4 main bright planets will all remain in the same constellations. Throughout February, Saturn will be found in the constellation of Aquarius, the water bearer, Jupiter can be found in Taurus, the bull, Mars will be located in Gemini, the twins, and Venus in Pisces, the fishes. Okay, let's begin looking at our highlights for the month of February. Although February will not be quite as jam-packed with celestial events as January, there's still a fair amount to look forward to, and starting off February with style will be a very special celestial gathering. In the early evening of the 1st of February, a special meeting between not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 celestial treats will be visible. On this evening, the 12% illuminated waxing crescent moon will join the planets Saturn, Venus and Neptune, and all 4 will be found in the same area of the sky. Look towards the southwest after sunset and you will be able to spot the beautiful crescent moon sitting just below the super bright planet Venus. Saturn will be found just below and right of the moon, and later in the evening, the distant ice giant Neptune can be spotted by telescope users located just left of the moon and Venus. Also joining this special lunar and planetary party will be the International Space Station. The ISS will rise above the western horizon around 5:36 PM. It will begin to ascend travelling towards the southwest, where it will reach its highest point in the sky at around 5:40 PM, located just below the Moon, Saturn, Venus and Neptune. The ISS will then begin to descend travelling towards the south, where it will set at 5:44 PM. This event will be a great opportunity to observe the planets of our solar system, plus satellites of natural and man-made origins, all at the same time. On the night of the 5th into the morning of the 6th, the moon will be appearing nearby to the open star cluster the Pleiades, also known as the Seven Sisters. As the skies become dark, the moon and Pleiades will appear fairly close by to each other, and as the night goes on, they will appear closer and closer. Just as the two are approaching the northwestern horizon at around 2:15 AM, they will be separated by only 3 degrees. On the night of the 6th into the morning of the 7th, the moon will be travelling close by to the bright planet Jupiter. From nightfall, the moon will appear fairly close to Jupiter, and as the night progresses, the distances between the two will decrease until at about 2:15 AM on the 7th, they will reach their closest approach. At this moment in time, the moon and Jupiter will appear separated by just over 4 degrees. On the evening of the 9th of February, the moon will pay an extremely close visit to the red planet Mars. From central UK, the moon and Mars will appear to be separated by only 4.8 arc minutes at closest approach. That's less than 1/12 of a degree. Shortly following sunset, you will be able to spot Mars appear very close by to the moon in the evening twilight skies. You will then be able to witness the moon and Mars get closer and closer until at around 6:57 PM, the two will reach their closest to each other. This is as close as we'll get to another planetary lunar occultation this month, so we recommend you head out on the 9th to witness this astronomical meeting. The night of the 12th will host the full moon of February, which is also known to some as the snow moon. The exact time the moon will reach max illumination will be around 1 PM during the daytime, however the moon will still appear full on the night of the 12th. Don't worry if you don't get a chance to see the moon then, it will still appear full on the adjacent nights. If you want to see February's full snow moon, make sure you head out on the 12th. The night of February's full snow moon will also be hosting another celestial event. Not long after the moon reaches its highest point in the sky, the moon will pay a very close visit to Regulus, the brightest star of the constellation Leo the Lion. Throughout the night of the 12th, you will be able to observe the moon travelling closer and closer to Regulus until at about 1:30 AM, the moon and Regulus will reach their closest approach to each other in our early morning skies. At this moment in time, the two luminaries will appear separated by just over 1 degree. Valentine's Day, the 14th of February, will also be the opening evening of the much anticipated 10th anniversary of the North York Moors National Park Dark Skies Festival. The festival is an amazing celebration of the beautifully dark skies of the North York Moors and also serves to highlight the importance of preserving our naturally dark skies. Throughout the festival, there will be a wide array of astronomical activities for everyone to enjoy across the moors, including starlit nature walks and stargazing experiences, to mention just a few. This year's North York Moors Dark Skies Festival is our must-see highlight for February. There's activities to suit everyone's taste, and the festival promises to be the most exciting one yet. If you're interested in joining in the celebrations and attending some of the events throughout the festival, please head to the North York Moors website for more details and to find out more about all the activities that will be taking place. You can find a link in the description below. Although Venus has been very prominent in our skies for a while now, shining super brightly in our western post-sunset skies, Venus is set to become even brighter throughout the month of February. At the start of the month, Venus will be shining at a remarkable magnitude of -4.76. However, as we progress through February, Venus will steadily increase in magnitude until the evening of the 15th, when it will be shining at an incredible magnitude of -4.87. Venus will be shining at this astounding magnitude for several evenings after the 15th until the evening of the 22nd, when it will begin to dim as it approaches the Sun once again. Be sure to catch Venus shining at its brightest between the 15th and 22nd of February. Our penultimate highlight for the month of February will be the much anticipated peak of the Planetary Parade. Nearing the end of the month, the casually late arrival to the party, the elusive planet Mercury, will join the Planetary Parade. Following Mercury's appearance, there will be a brief opportunity over several days to view all 7 of our neighbouring planets in the same evening. For the chance of viewing Mercury nearby to Saturn, you will need a perfectly clear view of the western horizon just after sunset on the evenings after the 20th of February. Mercury and Saturn will be extremely hard to spot, so don't feel bad if you can't make them out. You may need the help of binoculars to spot the 2 luminaries, but please always follow the proper safety precautions when viewing objects near the Sun, and never directly look at the Sun with binoculars or a telescope. Just to be on the safe side, we recommend only using your binoculars or telescope after the Sun has completely disappeared below the horizon. And finally, our last highlight for the month of February, on the evening of the 28th, astronomers and astrophotographers worldwide will celebrate the moon reaching its new phase, leaving the skies free from natural light pollution. This means that the night of the 28th and the nights surrounding the 28th will be ideal to observe faint celestial objects in the night sky and also take photographs of the night sky. So there you go, there's lots of exciting astronomical events to look out for this February, and we hope you all get to enjoy some of them when you're out under the night sky. Just before we finish up this second edition of our Night Sky Guide, we would like to mention that starting from the 1st of February, we'll be hosting lots of public stargazing events over the weekends throughout February and during almost every night throughout the upcoming North York Moors Dark Skies Festival. So if you would be interested in visiting us at our cosy stargazing hub under the beautifully dark skies of Dalby Forest for a magical night of learning and gazing at the heavens, please head to our website astro-dog.co.uk for more information and to make a booking. Once again, we would like to say a huge thank you to all of our followers and everyone that has shown their support for our small business. And if you know anyone who you think that would like what we do, please feel free to invite them to our social pages and our YouTube channel. We hope you enjoyed this second edition of our Night Sky Guide, and we hope this information will help you all in seeing some of the amazing celestial events that we have throughout this February. If you liked this video and found it useful, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more regular astronomy content, including regular alerts and updates for the Northern Lights. As always, if you head out to enjoy the night sky at any point in the near future, we wish you all good luck and clear skies.